Yeah, bro. Ready to show force?
The only American that I saw, I basically was blasted because he hugged my girl way too long.
What?
Yeah. No, dude, this dude in Thailand.
What happened?
Second night there, I'm not on trend. All right. The second night. Are you rolling? Second. Please get this, man. I need content, dog. The second night there. All right, not on trend, not on Anavar. You know, planning my business, and I'm with my girl, you know, having my honey boo boo, walking down the street, and this guy, she's been there for 6 months, you know,
yeah,
and so she's got her little friends, and this guy just walks up and he like grabs her, and he's just like, you know, kissing on her and stuff in front of me, and I've got space, you know, because I walk behind, I'm like lurking around, like this, you know, and he's all rubbing on her, and I'm like, hell no, and I'm like, please, Jimmy, don't do anything. You're in Thailand. You could go to a dungeon for life, you know. The Hanoi Hilton up in here, dog. And so he rubs up on her too long. He's like grabbing up on my girl, and my girl's like pushing off, and she like pushes him off, and she just starts. She knows what's coming.
Yeah.
And so she just goes fast, like ahead, and she turns around, and he runs into me. I don't know if he ever saw it coming. But I just and his drink, he had 2 drinks, bro, and he was soaking wet, and them drinks never came down, dog. He's like,
they're still up there.
Yeah, he was like, why did you do that? I said, why did you have sex with my girl?
Dude, that's how we can kick it off, man. Who we got today?
Love that.
I'm like, all right, Jimmy, thank you. And so we got Jake, Brutal Jake Bostwick in the motherfucking house, dude.
Appreciate you having me here.
Thank you for
Jake, dude. I shared a 3-hour train ride with this guy, the Bright Line, and we just touched the surface. So I hope we can capture the best of it. Jake has done 50 walk-ons. This ain't a garage fight. This is walking onto the stage under the bright lights. And if you've ever done any fighting or you've been in the UFC or whatever, you know that it's completely different under the lights. He's got 7 bare knuckle fights. And
bare knuckles taking over now, man.
BKFC it's the leading combat sport out there that's taken over. So we got a mad respect for a real G, a real warrior.
Dude, modern day gladiator up in here, dude. That's seriously the real deal.
You know,
modern day gladiator.
We try, bro. You know what I mean? And I say the bare knuckle is definitely, if you're going to say gladiator shit, that's definitely it, man.
Yeah, and it's some of the questions on that I had was, I mean, the difference. You've obviously fought with thin gloves. You probably boxed a little bit and obviously training. What's it like psychologically? What's the difference getting hit? I mean, nobody knows. Bare knuckle fighting is not, maybe out in the streets, fucking around, but fighting not only in bare knuckle, but somebody who's also trained.
2 professionals having a professional bare knuckle fight. It's very, very different. Again, like going back to what you've done or said I've done, it's like I have done MMA, so I fought with 4-ounce MMA gloves. I've had kickboxing fights where it's stand-up only with MMA gloves. Kickboxing fights with obviously 10s on, like boxing gloves, boxing fights, and obviously now I transitioned over to the bare knuckle. And the big difference between, like, at the end of the day, for a fighter's a fighter. A lot of people will fight. I see a lot of boxers not wanting to do bare knuckle, and they're like, "I will never do that."
Yeah.
Which is, okay, I'm like, okay, so does that mean I got a screw loose or like?
Oh, you for sure do. But there's no question.
And I fucking love it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I absolutely fucking love it. But yeah, no, the difference in like eating punches is like fucking.
Tell us what it's like to be hit with bare knuckle versus the pad, because you were telling me yesterday, even with UFC, you have a little bit of cushion.
Yeah, with the MMA stuff, it's just like when you got to think. Like, you could anyone watching, like, bro, like, literally, you can just get your knuckle and, like, feel it on your face, like, anywhere, especially in, like, your mouth.
Yeah.
So just getting, like, jabbed in the mouth.
Yeah.
I remember my debut for bare knuckle, and I got hit with a jab, and it completely, I had, like, a fucking vagina in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, completely
just split open.
my lip open. Yeah. So, you know, it's, like, the damage is way more.
Yeah.
It's way more effortless.
Yeah.
Because, again, you're getting hit with a hard object. When you're getting hit with a cushion or a sponge and you can defend with your hands and whatnot, you can kind of stop a lot of it and absorb it in a way. And still get hurt, but it's nothing as much. But
And
when
this
you,
ain't no
but you
bar
try
fight
but then you
you're
try to
drunk,
cover up.
Your adrenaline's going.
Nah, bro.
It's like you're sober.
Yeah.
You're
And
straight
you're
up
gonna
sober.
face a guy that's equally has the will to say
As
that
skilled,
I'm gonna beat this guy.
yeah, he wants to beat me as the same as I want to beat them. You know, he wants to kick my ass, I want to kick his ass. And it's like, when you got two professionals clashing like that, again, it's like, you can get really good athletes turn and not show up on the day. You can be a great gym fighter. Like we've had this conversation. It's like you can
That's
be
a good
really
point.
good in the
I
gym.
never thought about that, being good in the gym, but
You know,
not
a
good
lot,
on the
bro. I
stage.
know a lot of gym fighters.
Really?
Savages. I'm like, they could be scary people in my past,
Yeah.
like even back in the day. And then like Andrew Tate's even one of them. I would do my best to not spar with him in
Yeah.
the gym. You know, like it's like I was avoid it. He'd wear 20-ounce boxing gloves to spar, but then. Not for him as an example, but other people. It's like you get people in the gym, I'm like, nah. And then when they turn up on the fight day, I'm like, I'll beat the shit out of you, bro.
What do you think that is?
It's just, bro, it's a head game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm physically capable of doing anything. I'm happy to fight any person, any size. Like, I have that confidence in me to battle it out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But under the spotlight, and again, I've been there. I've had my downs where it's like, you see the lights, and then, like, no one's home, bro.
Interesting.
And you're like 2-3 seconds
You just
behind
feel
everything.
slow, like if legs feel heavy.
Legs feel so heavy.
Interesting.
The nerves and whatnot. And again, it's just the headspace.
It's like the Wolf brothers. There were these two badass SEALs. They were the Wolf brothers. They fought. They had a couple debuts in the UFC. He said, "Man, I was just destroying dudes in garage fights, like underground fights." He said, "When I walked on that stage, he said it was so different."
Yeah.
He said that he lost his fight to a real stupid technicality, like
Some bullshit.
you know.
That's the same.
So
That's
is that how it is?
That's really how it is, mate.
What do
So
you do to
normally
prep?
have-
Mindset wise.
Mindset-wise, do you know what? It's one of them things I feel just with age, and I definitely feel, I'm 35 now, you know, I'm going on 36, and I definitely feel, I had my debut back in 2006. So to think from then to now, just the maturity of
Been fighting for two decades, bro.
literally a long fucking time.
It's a long time.
Now, I'm only 35. It's like,
Yeah.
I got, I touch wood, bro. Like, again, I've had a lot of bangs, you know, smashed in my head in sparring, and, I've been knocked out in one fight. I got knocked out cold once. Other than that, I've just had, my concussions and whatnot. But touch wood, bro. Like, I went and had brain scans and everything for back in 2024, like last March. And my brain's super healthy, everything's good. So that's one thing I can
Yeah,
really
and
say.
if you look at the guys, like you look at the cuts in the UFC, you look at the guys get beat up. They get beat up bad. It's a brutal sport. But you look at Alex the Terrible or his face. I mean, man, and you train with Alex the Terrible. You've trained Jake Paul. You've been with the top guys, and you've seen the worst, right?
Yeah, mate. I tell you what. Going back to Alex, like you said, for someone who's not an actual fighter, as per se, he's a musician. He's in with music. To see someone and meet someone, and to him to have the bollocks that he's got, like for example, was obviously I was on tour with him for a couple months. I was there just as his personal trainer, and I remember it was after our second or third session we was training. He was like, "So you think maybe I have one fight, and then maybe me and you can have a fight?" And I was like, "I mean, if that's what you want." Because originally, how we actually got to know each other, he made a post on Bare Knuckle about fighting or coming over to Bare Knuckle or something, or looking for an opponent or something. And I posted on it with like a smiley face and like a
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, you were just,
And then, one thing led to another. I see him made a post, nothing come of that. Then a couple months later, had gone by, and then he'd made a post about looking for someone to go on tour with him. For this
to train.
To train him.
So he was just trying to stay focused.
He was just trying to stay focused, obviously on tour, but at the same time, he wanted to keep training because he wanted to pursue a fight. He really wanted to have a fight. And so then, whatever. Long story short, he posted it and posted it again back to back the next day, and my dad was like, because my dad started following him after we
had the little change
thing. And my dad was like, Jake, he said this again. Like, maybe just reach out. You don't know what, it could be good.
That was fucking great advice.
Like, yeah, I know, right? I was like, all right, Dad, yeah, do you know what? Maybe I will. So I DM'd him, and I was like, yo, I'm not too sure, like, what the deal is, like, but I'm about it. Like, what's the details? He was like, bro, oh my God, no way, that'd be awesome.
That's fucking cool, man.
And he was like, fuck yeah, definitely want this bare knuckle dude coming to train.
And if you don't know who Alex the Terrible is, check him out. Then come back to this podcast, and you'll be like, he went on tour with that cat, bro.
Yeah, that's sick, dude.
Bro, and I wasn't even into the metal music, like that side of music.
I got into it just because of him.
Bro,
seriously, honestly, I started liking that shit just because of him.
I've become a fucking fan of that dude and the music. And especially when you're there, bro, listen, seeing him perform in front of
I got the chills. It's powerful.
Bro, honestly, seeing especially certain drops with the fire.
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
Pulls the mic down, dude, and
you
just
don't need
gets
a mic,
it.
bro. It's insane.
The energy, bro. Is something else.
Yeah.
And I've become literally a fan of Alex.
Yeah.
Literally, He's just trying to teach me how to, I was like, can you teach me how to roar? And he's trying to explain how you have to open your gullet, whatever. And bro, it's
just a lot. Years of training. How did that go? So, and I'm thinking of it like, dude, you're a fucking rock star touring. I'm sure he's had his, party and shit. And now he's kind of, as all of us on this stage have had, you learn that staying more locked on more of the time is a better way to do it.
I'll tell you what, how Alex was, and I was expecting, I was on tour with Alex Terrible, obviously Slaughter to Prevail, Marilyn Manson, Five Finger Death Punch, and another group called The Funeral Portrait. I've become really good friends with them. They're really cool people, up and coming band they were. And I'd expect drugs and drink and
mayhem,
crazy. But it was a sober tour.
Yeah.
So seeing Manson sober every day. And the same, bro, Alex would wake up, we'd work out, go about our day. Obviously, the whole sets being set up. When you're on tour, it is manic. Like in and out of the truck, everything being unloaded, setting up on stage, and then the breakdown and so forth. So doing whatever through the day, and then like he would perform, and then literally Alex would be in bed by like 10 p.m.
Yeah,
he's like,
so it's not just one big party.
No.
So let's talk about entertainment and what I see you as, like the Gladiator movie. He said, win the crowd and I'll win my freedom. Yep. You win the crowd and you win the freedom. So is that not what it's like? Because I saw an interview with you, and one thing that really stuck out about you is you're like, yo, mate, I'm going in there to bring a fight. I want to entertain. I'm bringing a show. It's not just about me dancing. You've had very few submissions. Yep. You're all stand up. You want to bring the war.
I'm what people want to see.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I put that on the table and offer that on the table. And if you see my fucking fights, I'm laying out on the table. I go out on my shield. I'm no bitch. I'm no pussy trying to find a way out. Like
trying to fight to not lose. You're trying to fight to win and put on a show.
To win to put on a show. Yeah. And when the crowd's roaring, I know I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
Sometimes it's not even been swaying my way, and I might be losing, but the crowd's entertained, and everyone's gonna be talking about this fucking fight. You know what I mean? Whether I was on the receiving end or the good end, you know what I mean? It's like I'm still going in there to put it all on the line. And
that's what promoters want too, and that's what people want to watch.
That's what's crazy, bro. It's like, and especially in bare knuckle, I feel that, mate, I could show you fights after this, right? I'll show you a couple fights of these, like, of some dudes where it's like I feel like you're taking a dive, like you're just trying to find an escape.
What is with that? Like, as far as dudes, what I don't understand that.
I feel like you have no morals to yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like who do you represent? Like
you see that you
right now you're representing a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
You look at me, you're like, yo, that dude is tough. He can take it. He gives it.
Yeah.
You can't anyone really talk shit about me.
What do you think it is? Do you think it could be some of that stage fright? Do you think it could be bad day?
People get scared and they're pussies, bro.
And don't want to lose, and so they're fighting to kind of
even lose, bro. Yeah. These people are happy to lose. They're like, oh, I just want to, and they find a way.
I came out here and now to not get hurt and just dive.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this back there, in Iraq when I got hit with one piece of shrapnel. It was small, but I remember I never thought I'd get hit, so I was like moving and grooving, jumping out of the car, throwing grenades back, exchanging rounds of volleys, right? Real bold, especially at the end of your deployment. You don't give a fuck about anything anymore. And then one day, it was like just get kicked in the leg as hard as you can. And I remember the burning sensation, right? So it was a reality check. It was humbling because it dropped me. I got up. I had to stay in the fight.
Yeah.
How is it like that? Because you're getting smashed with hot shrapnel, bro.
Yeah.
To the face.
Okay, best example I can give you for that. Something like that, obviously, I'm being hit with no shrapnel, and that's a whole.
I think being hit in the face is way worse than getting hit in the stomach.
Yeah.
With a little piece like.
I think being at war, fucking shooting throwing grenades is way worse than me having a fist fight.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know, bro.
I'll say this: Chad Robichaux, shout out to Chad, resilient dude. He fighter, obviously he was also in different special operations groups. He said, he goes, dude, the most nervous I've ever been in my life is walking out into a cage.
Without a doubt.
And so I can agree with. I can totally see that.
I can probably relate and understand that.
Yeah.
I've never been in a gunfight to say.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and
you're with a team though.
Everyone's got their everyone's done their. Everyone's got their stories outside of professionalism, their, maybe criminal activity, whatever. But there's scary moments. But when you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably the same when you're in a gunfight.
Yeah.
But for the fighting, like a fist fight, I've got to walk out against someone doing the same thing as me.
That's why I think it's worse.
Battle. It's one-on-one.
Yeah.
And who's coming out on top?
And because you're right. Because because in war, you have the upper hand. You might be in their backyard, but you have the upper hand in training. You've had millions of dollars poured into you as a SEAL or Delta guy or whoever you are. You've had all this training, and then you're dealing with a guy that maybe has a muddy AK-47. He knows the terrain, so there's advantages on each side. But this is a force on force with the same amount of training and energy.
Yeah, I get it.
We'll join our regularly scheduled program after these messages.
Hey guys, Elevated Silence here, elevatedsilence.com. It's all about silencing your weapon piece. And I'll tell you what, man, these freaking Elevated Silence cans, these silencers, man, you put on your weapons are freaking state-of-the-art, no joke, okay? They have cans from anywhere from 300 Norma to 22 short, all coated with their secret sauce, all right? And this allows for no carbon buildup. And if you know anything about carbon buildup, it is nasty, it is tough, causes all kinds of jams and serious issues, okay? That secret sauce is actually inside the can. And with the exception of the 22, of course, because it's inherently dirty or more dirty. All right, very little blowback on the Dura HD 556, guys, while still maintaining ultimate noise reduction. We also have our new 30 cal line coming out in the next couple of months.
OTH 15. OTH 15 for that 15% off on the Elevated Silence can.
Guys, go over there right now. Get that Elevated Silence can, man, and use that OTH 15.
You can.
Let's make the world a quieter place. Yeah. Hey, by the way, these Tasty Gains, all you got to do is promo code OTH, and you get 20% off of these Tasty Gains. Think about that, dog.
Truth.
20% off of this, homeboy. It's super good. Tasty stuff.
Bro, do it, man. That cellular hydration on that deep level, man.
It's all about homeboy
performance, dude. Boom.
These are, dang.
Now let's get one of those, dog.
Pre-workout gummies, and these bad boys. And they're not too. You know how gummies are sometimes you're like so disappointed. There's nothing like a gummy that disappoints you from Amazon or Walmart, and you're just like, what is this, bro?
Yeah, this is good, dude.
And
Take two gummies, 30 minutes, bro.
But these they don't. They're called Tasty Gains for a reason, dog. They are
Great name, dude.
They're tasty. In fact, they're a little bit too tasty, so it makes you want to eat a little too much. But
the tastiest gains, bro.
But I'm probably doing 25 milligrams of creatine right now with this bad boy. I ain't gonna lie.
We're not doctors, in case anybody didn't know.
OTH, you get 20% off. OTH, Oscar Tango Hotel.
That's what's up, man.
Return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
At the same weight, you fight at 180, which, by the way, this dude's like
75.
to 175. He weighs 210 right now. He looks like Charles Bronson.
Well, there's also the piece, Jake. I mean, I heard Nate Diaz say this. He said, he'll have family members or something be like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it to your fight. He'd be like, fucking good. Because he's like, knowing that people are in the crowds and it's not.
It definitely makes a difference.
There's a pressure of, not want to get fucking knocked out in front of people you know.
100%.
You know, and that's like a real fear. It's because it's not about being hurt. Let's be quite honest. You know, you fucking can take a punch and throw them back, but it's you want to perform your best in front of the people you love and know and
100%.
on stage. That's got to be a lot of the pressure.
As a prime example, like my last fight, I hadn't had a bare knuckle fight in 2 years. July 2023 was my last bare knuckle fight before I ended my contract.
Yeah.
And then at the time, I'd had a different manager. And we were trying to renegotiate, and then we were trying to look for a bigger payday. So whatever, I ended up doing a boxing fight later on and whatnot. It had been 2 years since I had a bare knuckle fight. So they put me second on the fight card. I was before the prelims. I fought co-main event.
You're like, what the fuck?
Right. But at the same time, I was
You're like in Jimmy Watson land.
I was like, yo. So I'm on a free fight on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm on a free fight on YouTube. I was fighting at like fucking 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Or something. 7:30, 8 o'clock. And this is the first time ever in my career.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like such less stress. I didn't even get to pick a walkout tune because it was on YouTube. I had to have some dumb, simple bullshit. So I was like, whatever. But for me, that stress of, I got there and like, obviously still busy enough, but like, it's not slammed. I'm like, look, turn up, have a fight, and then get on with your night. And the same thing I talked to you about being after the night. It was like, I was second fight on. I got to have my fight and enjoy the whole rest of my night, watching fights, hanging out with people, taking pictures, signing autographs, like the entire fucking night. It's not like I was main event and I'm backstage the whole night, fucking day. I see nothing, just a TV in the locker, and then walk out and then maybe catch a couple people before they leave.
I've heard some different things from different guys. Do you watch the fights while you're kind of in the locker room?
we have TVs on.
Do you personally do you watch it, or do you like to be?
No. I'll be watching. I'll be warming up because it's the action of the night.
Let's talk about right before you go out, and then I want to get into like your routine and this last fight, like the 3 weeks leading up. But I remember when I was on the run, I would go to bullfights. I like the matadors. El Matador means the killer. You know, he's got to face down this massive, terrible opponent. If you've never seen a bullfight, whether you agree with this or not, it's insane, bro.
It is pretty heavy.
And so I saw this interview with this bullfighter, this matador, the guy with the patch, and they asked him, are you nervous before you go out? And he said, man, I sit there shaking and trembling. But if you saw this guy in the arena, he's like the magnanimous peacock. He turns his back to the bull, crazy stuff. How is it for you going out before?
Okay, so for controlling nerves and like being nervous and whatever, for me, and this is even since back in the day, like before I even moved to America, I've been here 10 years. So like we're talking like way back in the day from my career. It's like I'd always think of the aftermath. Like I'd think about going out after, hanging out, like going fucking. I got a thing for like getting 20 nuggets after a fight. It was like, it's like a fucking
Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's like a fucking no, it's not fucking McDonald's, bro. Like straight up. And back in UK, we have curry sauce. But
is that street slang for something? 20 nuggets?
20 nuggets.
Because I know to me that means something else. That's not McDonald's.
20-piece chicken nuggets from Mookie D's, bro.
Give my 20 nuggets, dog.
No, talk about the fake chicken you get from McDonald's, bro. But nah, it's like I'd always think about the aftermath, and it's like I literally have got to go and have this fight. And again, even backstage, like we get put into like a 2 yards, 2 meter by 2 meter black curtain square. Yeah. And my opponent's on the other side of the curtain. Like, I can literally touch the curtain and touch him.
God.
And I hear him hitting pads and they're talking and shit.
Oh my God.
You know, so we're like building each other up, and I'm in there, but I'm like smiling and
you're like, you got a small dick?
Yeah. I'm like, he ain't ready for this, mate. I'm gonna put one on his fucking chin. You know what I mean? Let him hear it. But
that's like that arena, hearing the bull in there stomping around.
Yeah, it's like I'm hearing my opponent, you know, or even watching your opponent, whoever walks out first. Majority of the time, I've been walking out second, but my opponent walks out, you know, I walk out, and for me, I'm just thinking about the aftermath. I'm thinking about the celebration, and I've got 10 minutes of this stress that I've prepared for, that I signed a contract for, doing something that I want to fucking do because I want to get punched in the face, and I want to punch this dude in the face, and I want to battle to come to a win. Yeah, you know? That's it.
Do you visualize the actual fight ever?
I visualize it. It's a weird one. Like you have phases where I'm like, even in the gym or training or whatever, I'm just at home watching regular TV or even fights, and I'm like, start thinking about the fight. It's like, oof. And you get that nervous thing, and I'm like thinking about me hitting him, knocking him out, or I think about him hitting me and knocking me down, because like I've been hit on my chin and put on my ass like a bunch, and especially with the bare knuckles, it don't take a lot. Jeez. So it's about to battle of when you get rocked and then you hit the ground and you know that you got to stay composed. You can't get up and fall around, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm on the ground, and again, I've been clipped and dropped enough to
be able to come back fast.
recoup and know what I got to do. I'll hit the floor. You watch any of my fights. I'm on the floor smiling. Breathing. Like,
That's
okay,
sick, dude.
I know what's up. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And I get up and
You're like, I got 10 seconds. Don't rush me.
Something you told me on the train was there's times where you're in the moment where you're like, this is terrible, right?
Yeah, okay, so
and you're like, I'm done after
you're in
this,
deep
right?
waters, and it's more survival. It's like a fight or flight. And like I've done my best to never fight and always just stay fighting, obviously. And I put that down. I say that fight specifically, and I always give him props because it was a weird sensation, but it put hairs on my fucking chest. Was my second fight was against Julian Lane. You saw the pictures, and I was all bloodied up.
Yep.
You know, he dropped me twice. I had 3 cuts in my face, mad inflammation. Like I got beat up like a piece of meat. And you watch the fight, it doesn't look terrible, but like I barely hit him with not much, and he was just hitting me and being out of range. And it was my second bare knuckle fight, and at that time, actually, I didn't have a boxing coach or a manager. I'd changed my team and everything, and I was kind of like just doing my own thing.
Going out there rogue.
And I was fighting someone who'd had 7 or 8 bare knuckle fights at the time.
Yeah.
It was my second.
Yeah.
And I have to fucking say that from my first bare knuckle fight to now, the adjustments and understanding, becoming a better athlete in the game and understanding the art of bare knuckle.
Yeah.
It took me a bit of time.
What's some differences that you had to adjust?
The differences was, especially from my MMA days to then I transitioned to boxing in 2018, and then 2020, 2021 is when I then started the bare knuckle. My biggest thing to anyone watching is fucking footwork, mate.
Yeah.
Footwork. Your footwork is everything. And with bare knuckle, I can't just put my hands up and block a punch because the punches are coming in fucking everywhere. That you can't stop a fist coming through.
Yeah, that's a good point. And and even a jab can cause damage.
So you watch boxing and they're in the pocket, boom, 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 and you're like hitting them and they're like, yeah, okay, cool. It's not like that in bare knuckle. You stand in the pocket like that as a punch
you're gonna
bag,
get smashed.
you're gonna get fucking ripped up, mate, you know?
Ripped up.
So it was understanding the explosion of exploding in, exploding out, head movement, and circling, bro. It's just your footwork is everything. Like your defense, my footwork is literally my defense.
That's a really good point. I never thought about. You got to be moving a lot more.
Because that second fight I was talking about with Lane, I'm sitting on my front foot, heavy on my front. You can watch the fight, literally watch that and watch my last one. It's like 2 different people.
Yeah.
I'm heavy on my front foot. I'm sitting forward, and he's just hitting me like a bit of meat, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, like pop, pop.
Why are some guys just like there's a guy named Lang Dog in the SEALs, man. He's pound for pound. He's 190 pounds, but he's like doing three plates, pull-ups all day, 345-pound plates. Why is it that some guys have extreme amount of power? Where's that coming from? Or can you train into a power hitter?
Is there a talent component to hitting hard?
Hitting hard, yeah. All about rotate. Again, footwork. The power's coming from the ground. So the same thing, like being heavy on the front foot or being heavy on the back foot. You want a bit more weight on that back foot because the power's coming from the back. And understanding how to use your hips, your knees, your shoulders, your torso, and that full rotation, that movement of the fluidity with the shoulders.
Yeah.
Not being stiff and like I don't try to punch hard.
Yeah.
I just think give you a really fast, quick technique.
Yeah.
And that's where the power's at.
Yeah.
So it's all about the whip and the snap.
It's
not about the It's it's a fucking dance. It's a rhythm. It really is a fluidity.
Fluid. That's a good word.
His videos online, dude, are just like the Black Swan coordination. It's like, it's pretty incredible to just watch. It's an art.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Nice. And honestly, I watch loads of people's like pad work and stuff, and I watch my own shit, and I'm like, man, I look good, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's how you should
I
think.
look fucking pretty good.
I think that's how you should think, right?
It's good.
Dude, as a fighter, you got to be like, yep, that's the shit. I mean, you can't have a chink in your confidence, and if you do see it, you're like, oh, I got to address that.
I got to address it and work on it. Yeah. So when I do watch my own boxing, my own movements and shit, I'm like, damn, like, I move fucking.
That's what I do. When I walk past the mirror every day, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I look, even though I don't, I tell myself that. Yeah. I asked my girl the other day, I said, girl, how do I look at? She goes, you're on steroids. Anyways,
that was that.
something I noticed about Jake, Big Dog T, is I think there's a universal law that says the more badass you are, the less you talk about how badass you are.
Yeah.
When I shook his big ass paws, and he's got some fucked up, deformed hands because he's broken hands. And when I shook his hand, he looks you straight in the eyes, and he's the most humble guy in the world. I mean, he looks extremely intimidating. You got that energy, that superstar charisma.
But I'm not here to prove fuck all to you, man.
Yeah, but he's got but on the other token, so when you do see the fake guy, he's like talking about how badass he is, and
Fucking
how this,
egos,
and
bro.
that. But it's the ultimate check.
It's not like I talk about it. It's like I know what and again, and I'll proudly say I am proud of myself and I get told that a lot. People tell me how real and raw I am, and how fucking humble I am, and it's like I'm not here. Like if you know me and see what I'm about, you know what's up. I'm not here to be like, bro. I have people say, "Oh, do you do fighting?" I'm like, "No, I do some training."
Yeah,
I'm not
bit of training.
I'm like, I'm this, I'm that. Like I've never ever in my life done that.
Yeah. No, well, I think that there's also the difference that you are in a world where you actually do it. So there's really no talking about it. You're actually you have to prove it.
I'm fucking it.
And then you have to prove it. Yeah. And so it's like you don't even need to waste your fucking time on it because you're like, you fucking see me on TV, I'm about it or I'm not about it.
Literally is it. It's like
throwing hand grenades, dog.
Throwing hand grenades. Yeah, it's just I want to quickly chip back to when you said like when you got hit with shrapnel and you had to keep fighting. Yeah. And I was trying to explain that the best thing I can correlate that to is like getting knocked down in a fight and having to recoup, get up, and continue fighting.
How do you do that, man?
Bro, that is literally just finding that inner dog and being like, how much you fucking want it.
What is the self-talk there? What is the moment
I hit the ground.
Yep.
I'm like, come on, Bostwick. I was like, we got this, bro. You got this, son. Come on, fight this. Let's go. Get up. And that's it. I don't think about nothing else other than let's go, Bostwick.
That's good. I like that. Do you talk to yourself by your third person with your last name?
Yeah.
Me too.
Because
all the time.
And the same as if I've not showed up on a fight day, and I'm not listening to my coaches. Yeah. And my dad, majority of the time, has worked my corner, right? Yeah. He would be Bostwick, and bruv, it's the only thing I hear.
Yeah.
It really is. He'd say, Jake, brutal, oi.
Yeah.
But my dad would be like, oi, Bostwick, and I'm like, yes, Dad.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk about that, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, you're close with your pops, man. I want to talk a little bit about you growing up, man. What coming to America, where you grew up in, like specifically what hood you from? Okay. How did all that work?
Okay, so I grew up in Southeast London. My parents were separated when I was like 2, so I'd go to my mum's, go to my dad's. So it was very mixed. From when I was about 8-9 years old. Well, I feel this was probably a bigger part of it. My mum had a drinking problem, so my mum, she had her issues and whatnot. So I had to deal with complications over at my mum's side, and I could get away with anything really at my mum's because, I could just get away with murder. So I'd be out on the streets, making fires, doing bullshit, fucking whatever. It's just dumb stuff.
Yeah.
So when I'm at my pups, setting fires, blowing shit up, fucking whatever
just
it
like
may
nonchalantly
be.
setting fires.
It's
like, what?
It's like, hey.
It's like the FBI has me.
Just a bit of arson, mate.
just being a fucking teenager, And again, it's not that I was troubled, but like,
setting some fires, no big deal, dog.
Whatever. But being that, I'd seen and been around a lot of bullshit from my mum's end. I had my dad's structure. Yeah. I never saw my dad drunk or anything till I was like in my 20s. Yeah. So my dad was like my backbone. If I was at my dad's house, I'm in my bedroom, my glasses on, doing my homework, doing as a fucking good boy, you know? When I was at my mum's, I kind of do what I like, So I kind of feel like I had that. I still had some sort of structure.
That's a good balance growing up.
It was a good balance.
We'll join our regularly scheduled program after these messages.
Revenge is an act of passion. Vengeance is an act of justice. Injuries are revenged. Crimes are avenged. Almost a century ago, big pharmaceutical companies re-engineered medical school curriculum and faculty with one goal: putting profit before progress. Anyone pushing back against the medical matrix they carefully crafted was threatened, silenced, censored, financially ruined, or worse. They are the problem. We are the solution.
You're clear to engage. Initials Mike Juliet Alpha. You're clear to engage with weapons. You're clear to engage with weapons.
Brought to you by our great sponsor, Human Performance. That's at hptrt.com. Affiliate code OTH20. If you want to get kind of rack and stack, get your blood work figured out, man, and just get feeling better. If you're feeling a little run down, it's a good way to do it.
Get jacked, stacked, racked, slice, and dice. And don't be afraid of them dang needles, man. I get a lot of guys go, dude, I don't want to stick myself in the gluteus maximus. And I'm like, bro, calm down, man.
Human Performance, that's at hptrt.com. Affiliate code OTH20.
Return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Tell us about the story you said about the reason why you didn't join the military. A lot of guys have some lame excuses why they didn't join the military. This one's a good one.
Yeah, so I've actually spoken about it. So when I was 16, I just got out of. I was still playing rugby at the time. I was playing for Blackheath under 18s, and I was into training. I was doing judo and whatnot, and I was going to have an MMA fight. And I went to go do my 2 days of boot camp for the military or whatever, to the army to see. Whatever, it's just like your 2-day thing to see how you get on. Anyway, so I went obviously over to do that. I didn't have good grades or anything. I wasn't the brightest spark out or whatever. I had no spark. So I was just going in for infantry, just a simple fucking military. Got in, had the 2-day course thing there. Bro, and it's all about teamwork, it's all about teamwork, strategy, you got to get all these people over here and do this and do that. Bro, I was like shouting at people, you do this, you do that, like I was fucking... Bruv, I was Bostwick that day. I swear to God, them 2 days.
Command and control.
I was like, I knew what I was there, and I knew I was shining in my own light, Anyway, they pulled me to front, like the whole squad was there, I don't know, 50 plus of us. And he says, whatever my number was, he's like, step forward. And I stepped forward. We was doing the marching around, the whole shit and everything. It was cool. And I step out and he goes, right, this is what we're looking for. Like, blow. And he gave me mad props. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to go to the military. This is going to be dope. Anyway, it may have been a couple months or whatever, this fight opportunity popped up. And if I wanted to have this fight, I was like, I really want to have a fight. So I had my debut and I was 16. I was at school doing my GCSEs at the time. You had to be 18 to obviously fight professional. So I changed my date of birth. You could also head stomp a grounded opponent. And I was legit 16.
One of my favorites. Wow.
Anyone else that's 16 years old? I was 16 at school doing my exams, literally. So I went in.
God, jeez.
One right hand, knocked him out like a deck chair. Yeah. Like folded him, 9-second KO. Like, oh, yay. Yeah. What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I said, again, growing up, I'd had a lot of street fights, a lot of stuff. So many dramas. Southeast London, mate, like dramas all the time. People trying to rob you, whatever. So I was always fighting, but fighting a 24-year-old, 6'4" man who's coming off of a previous win from a few weeks before. So he's like fresh, like
flying,
legit adult fighter. Yeah. And I'm just like this little dude from the streets.
Just finished doing your multiplication tables.
Like, no fucking exaggeration. So I knocked him out. Anyway, it comes again that because I missed my date for the military to like my due date to go. Anyway, and then it popped up again about me going, about me doing it again. Yep. So they gave me a date, whatever it was, and my dad was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna have a little fight like before you go military because like obviously I want to fucking." Am I saying right? Military? Will I still say military?
Yeah.
The army? It's still
absolutely.
Right. I just want to make sure I'm not wording anything wrong. No, so whatever. So my pups was like wanting to have this fight. So again, my dad's not a professional in that aspect. My dad's a straight up street fighter, Anyway, he's fighting this guy, 6'3". My dad's 5'5". This dude was 6'3", whatever. Long story short, my dad just gassed. He lost to like ground and pound. It was like it was whatever. My dad was fine. And then I fought that night also. And I knocked another dude out 19 seconds.
Your dad and you fought on the same day?
On the same fight card, bro. Yeah. I was like the second or third fight on. I just scored a 19-second knockout.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then my pups fought. I fought, then my pups fought the same night. That was that. Then my dad lost. And then the dude that beat my pups, he's a fucking idiot. But his name's Marvin Arnold. I'm actually going to give him his name.
This is stuff you only guys. This is stuff you.
Fuck you, Marvin.
And by the way, this doesn't happen in America. This is only like South ass London brawling stuff going on. I mean, this is like so like foreign to me. I'm like, your dad, you fought at the same night.
Yeah, we both fought on that. My dad's literally like 16 years older than me, so he had me when he was young. My dad's a lad. So whatever, I was 17. So my dad obviously was 16 years older than that, you know.
And so this dude Marvin was fucking.
So this Marvin Arnold, whatever, beat my pups, and then he was on the mic and he was like, "I'll beat the father now. I want to fight the son." Blah, 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 talking
big
shit.
mistake,
and
dog.
I was like, "Say what?" Anyway,
say what?
So the fight opportunity pops up to me to fight, and I was like, "I really want to fight this dude, right?" Anyway, and then I was supposed to go to the military again, and it was like a week. It was like a week after when I was supposed to have gone to either I deploy or I have this fight. And I was like,
now you got to fight this dude.
I got to fight this dude up, man. You
See,
know?
now that's a reason not to join the military.
badass
I got to go to the military recruiters, or I got to fight this dude. I'm gonna go fight this dude, man.
It's like talking shit about my
I'm gonna
family.
go bink him, dog.
He just spoke shit. Like, he beat my pups and that.
Oh,
He was
that-
talking
you-
to shit.
yeah,
My dad never had a fight after that. It was just like, for him, it was just fun.
Yeah.
Like, he was just in the gym, just working out together, like, whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna fight this dude. And then, come lo behold, I fucking second round TKO. I got a stoppage, and and then that was kind of fucking that.
Is that kind of when you started realizing you're like, I might have a little some sauce in this game?
I feel like I had sauce in the game when I stepped in. I hit that dude with one punch and I knocked him out. And I didn't know nothing. I was like, is this it?
So you
That's
knocked
what it started.
That kind of made me think like,
maybe this is what I should do.
And I am a fucking child right now.
Yeah.
Like,
So you knocked this last guy out. If you haven't seen that fight, go watch it with the left hook.
Yeah.
What's your power move? What's your strongest hit?
It's a difficult one, man. It's like I got a really good left hook, and it's all about timing, you know. And I've got a sharp left hook. Honestly, my best punch that I own currently, and I'm really good at, is just the jab.
Yeah.
It's the most effective shot, and I'm fucking great at jabbing.
Especially what you're doing now.
Jabbing and double jabbing.
Bare knuckle jabs,
and,
bro.
And again, because I'm short, because I'm only 5'8", and everyone I fight is majority over 6 feet.
Yeah.
Majority of the people. Like Tyson is like always fucking reaching up. So I'm so used to having to explode in with a couple jabs and a right hand or setting up with the jab. So the jab is key. Like, it's super key. And it's my fastest punch. It really is. Like, you can watch my shit any time and look on my IG. It's like, I jab super fast.
Yeah.
Doubles, triples, whatever. And jab hooking and shit.
You can see
So
my
left
punches
hand
coming
is my
from a
shit.
mile away. But if you get hit by it, but if you're stupid enough to get hit by it, it's like a freaking dump truck.
I'm
you
sure
know?
it's hard, yeah. It's going to be a thud. Exactly. So, but yeah, my left hook is definitely, I say I love my left hook, but obviously I'm a righty. My right hand is obviously my stronger side.
Wow.
But if I had a preference, if I wanted to put one on someone's chin, I'm going to be a left hook. In a professional fight. If it's a street fight, honestly, majority of people, any scenario I've ever had, it's always just a fucking right hook, bro.
one punch.
It's just a
and-
one bang wonder, mate.
Yeah.
And it's either straight or it's like a right hook.
Most people are fucking collapsing.
Let's talk
literally
about injuries, man, because you know when you know
I've had a hella injuries, bro.
I'm sure because you hit somebody with your bare knuckles on their head area, which I have, and it's just like crush
It's a
time.
thud,
So
it hurts.
have you? How many? What's your injuries on your hands?
Honestly, most of my injuries, I've had a bunch of little things. For example, I broke my right hand 9 times. I broke my left hand 4 times. And majority of that, I think I fractured it 1 time in bare knuckle. The rest of them is from MMA.
Really?
Literally. And 1 time in the street. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
why?
But I don't even know.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't even know. But like, I only really broke my hands.
Do you
in
tape
MMA.
up your hands differently in bare knuckle versus
Well,
like
in bare
under-
knuckle, we
underneath?
only take the wrist. Like, this is all
Oh
complete.
yeah,
is
you're
bare
not taking your
knuckle.
hand. You're
So
not.
it's
Oh
not
yeah,
like
you're not
you-
taking
Wow.
your hand at all.
Yeah.
So it's
And
just
I've had-
Yeah, I was
and
thinking
I've-
there might be a
and
little
I've
bit
had-
something
and
there.
I've had-
That's a good
and
point.
I've had impact fracture. This knuckle that I've lost, the one I was trying to point out and try and show you, like, I've lost length.
Dude,
on
your
my
middle
finger.
knuckle's like a fucking dagger, dude.
It's because I've lost
That
this.
thing's-
This
that's-
takes all of it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
kinda-
It's
big.
terrifying, bro.
It's a lump.
It's terrifying.
It's a lump, you know.
I said I want to get punched by him for like
Massive
$20. I'm like,
pull.
nah, I'm not.
$20, mate. $200.
Yeah.
At
Bro,
least.
bro, on the train, you know, it's natural when you meet a guy like Jake or you're around us guys to, you know, muck it up and be like, yeah, bro, that's when I did this and this. And when I first saw him, I was like, yeah, man, I hit this guy. And then and he was like, is that right, mate? And I was like, nah, man, I looked out the window like this.
Yeah.
I've never really done anything.
It's like you like humbled yourself.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just be quiet, dog. But yeah, so it's super humbling because but what this is like, it's a warrior arena.
Yeah.
And we like having guys that are like
main
the
characters,
top of the main characters in their arena.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's awesome, man. It's good fun, man.
Well, because it didn't start just here, right? Your the character of you started, kind of growing up, building the confidence. Yep. And I'm sure from seeing with your pops, dude, I mean, your pops got a crazy look too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's fully slung back and blasted.
Yep.
And so like,
you've seen his pops.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, cause you guys kick it a lot.
Yeah,
you guys are close, man. And so I've seen him on his posts and going to the beach and kind of, obviously you're talking about training. He's in your corner and stuff. That's got to be powerful, man. Kind of coming up.
It's a blessing. I'll tell you what, it's definitely a blessing that like, and just to go back, even obviously talking about my mum with the drinking, my mum is actually 13, 14 years sober now or something. Like my mum's doing amazing. We're great. But that was that. But then obviously my dad was obviously the backbone. And then since I'm blessed with how my dad was with me, and he showed me right to know that when I have a kid, I know how to be raising my child.
That's powerful.
The fact that him taking me to the gym to train when I was just a jit, bro.
Yeah.
And like, he's one of the parents that would sit there.
Yeah.
He's not like just dropping me off and getting on with his shit.
That's cool.
He was there.
There's a lot of power in that, man. Being able to do something and you look over and you see
your pops is there,
bro.
Pops
is there,
and that's
a good point.
and it's things like that I recognize, Yeah. And I'm blessed to have my parents and both be fit and healthy and have the relationship that I have.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah,
that's right.
They really don't. And I sometimes get emotional and sad for people on things like Father's Day or Mother's Day, and knowing that people haven't got their mothers, or they have mothers but they're shit mothers or fathers and whatnot. And I'm blessed with how everything is now. But yeah, to have my dad and know that he's always had my back like that, and I done something wrong, I was out of line, mate, I got a fucking slap. Like, I had that structure.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like I needed that, and I thank my dad.
Well, you're like a pit bull, dude. Like we need heavy hands.
Yeah.
You need that strong guiding force to kind of
straight
keep
up.
It, yeah, keep it lined
because
in.
I was a fucking loose cannon when I was young, bro.
Yeah,
and again, I
mean, dude,
was.
the party. I mean, dude, in England, the drinking culture and all that.
And I
shit,
was never into really drinking. I only really started drinking beers and like getting into like alcohol and stuff. Literally, when I was like 30.
Yeah.
But prior to that, it was never really.
So what was the work? What was like the workflow? Like, how were you making money? How were you surviving through the your 20s and stuff while training? And
so back in the day, obviously, when I was in London, I would be on building sites. I was still working.
Yeah,
I'd have to work and make my money. I'd fight and get paid fuck all. Like
you're doing construction or labor,
construction, general labouring, bruv, like $70 a day.
Yeah,
like I was like slave labouring.
Yep.
And then I worked the doors as well. I worked the doors for when I was like 18, 19 years old till I was like 23.
That's young to be working a door.
Yeah.
You got to have some
but I had reputation.
Yeah.
And in UK I had reputation. Like I worked, I can say it now, but I worked for that 5 years doing security work with like completely illegal, like no badge or nothing,
Yeah.
So like it's different now. It's way more hot. I've worked in clubs where we haven't got CCTV.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro,
fuck yeah,
you know what's happening if there's no cameras, bro.
That's those mouthpiece days, bro.
No, I've worked with those dudes like that, man. Like I'm working on.
Tell us about the mouthpiece stuff.
Yeah, right. So funnily enough, so I mentioned about it. So obviously, people when they're bouncing, I've only ever come across one dude, and he's actually the guy that I knocked out in 19 seconds.
Nice. Yeah.
So we end up becoming really good friends. His name's Nick Porter. Shout out to you, Nick. And he's a lad, mate. And bro, it would kick off on the door because he's got veneers.
Yeah.
And it would always be
ain't fucking these up.
And it literally would be kicking off or something, and then I turn around, he's always like putting his fucking mouthpiece in, and he's like, come on, and he's got a fucking mouthpiece in his mouth. Bro,
dude, you're at a club and you're like mixing it up and you see a bouncer throw in a fucking mouthpiece, you're like,
bro,
damn.
And listen, it's crazy, bro. I legit have a fight minimum at least every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it could be with smaller guys, bigger guys, whatever. People don't, like in the UK, everyone's about it. Yeah. Everyone's game.
Yeah.
And especially if they've had a drink or a bit of fucking
It's a fight culture over there.
Have you seen, this is a random question, but have you seen women, a man's woman, be his downfall in a fight at a bar. Because I heard a guy say that the other day. He goes, man, he was a bouncer. He said, I never seen so many guys get beat up because their girl was holding their arm. Like, no, baby, no. You know,
So it was definitely one of them things, because I just sort of dated and stuff when I was on the door, and I'd always tell my girl, like, don't come.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd rather you not be in the club, because I know full well I'm focused on you.
Yeah.
And people touching you or grabbing you, or I
Right.
don't want that.
And then you have
especially
to
in my
protect.
work, 100%.
Yeah.
Bro, I've seen people grab my girl and fucking knocking them out, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Touch wood, bro.
That's
like,
why I
I've
didn't
got
want-
away with everything.
That's
and
why I
everything's
didn't
gone
want-
well, and I haven't really, everyone's alive, and I haven't done anything too
That's
bad.
why I'm
It's
against
scary,
girls
but-
being in the SEALs, because I'll be like, what's up, girl?
Yeah.
We're about to hit this. We're about to hit this
Well, there's a
house.
protection piece.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How was the move, and why did you come to the States?
Okay, so originally, where I used to train back in London, Team Titan, a few of my boys and that there used to come to American Top Team in
Yeah.
Coconut Creek, where I'm
Yeah.
at in Florida.
Yep.
They used to come over there to obviously wrestle and do their fight camps. Because obviously over
That's where
here-
kind of Florida came on your map.
Yes, I didn't really know much of it,
Yeah.
you know. And then one of the guys there looked up, again, I was, broke really. Again, back to what I was doing. I was just hustling, making money, working the door, like $70 here, $70 there. I was just living under my dad's roof, you know. So I didn't have mad bills, so I could survive.
Yeah.
When, what was you saying?
When you moved to the States.
Oh, when I moved to the States. So, yeah. So I came over to the States. So, obviously, yeah, for the wrestling side of things. Because over here, it's all fucking wrestling. You know, we don't have mad wrestlers in the UK.
That's a good point. I never thought about it. It's more stand and
all the
stand
stand and bang guys are UK.
Yeah.
In America, it's all fucking.
You don't want to wrestle around
wrestlers.
on the wet streets in London?
Yeah, bro. People don't do that. They just want to
Yeah.
punch and leave. You know?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I came over here to do a fight camp, train obviously with ATT. I came over and was like, damn, this is fucking Florida. This is awesome. You know?
Yeah.
The training was immense. Like any fighter you could think of was in there, you know, and like such high level. Like, bruv, I was getting wrestle raped on the level, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never been manhandled and bitched about.
Yeah,
I hate
because
when that
I mean,
happens.
you
My life.
trained a little bit of wrestling. You had to probably MMA.
I had
And-
wrestling,
but you were
but
coming
then it
over
was
with
just, then
wrestling
it was
specific.
like fucking levels to it, mate.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I don't know. Do you know Johnny Eblum? I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you know Johnny Eblum. Like he fights for he just lost actually, bless his soul, but fucking unreal wrestler. Then
Yeah.
he transitioned to like working his hands. I knew him when he couldn't even box.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the day. Like he's just out and out wrestler. So wrestling with someone like that,
Something-
and
yeah.
having someone like him throw me around and like toy with me, and I was like, bro, there is levels to it. But
Yeah.
it's what think that. So that's the reason why I came to do that. And then yeah, long story short, I got into a relationship back when I was 24.
and she was here.
She was here. She lived in Hialeah actually, so it was fucking Cuba over there.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very, very Cuban populated area. And then I was over. Then we was dating, so I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, we got married. We was together for a few more years. Things fell apart, went away, whatever. And yeah, like I'm obviously still here.
And you're an American citizen.
Bro, he's
I'm
been
a
here.
Resident.
I'm a
Yeah.
resident. I've literally just got to get
I was
a couple of my
surprised.
taxes up to date, and I can apply to. do
That's
my
sick, man.
citizenship.
I was
So I'm a
surprised. You've been
We're,
here
we're
for
glad
10
you're
years.
here, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
And
I love it, bro.
you've been here for 10 years, you
Yeah,
said.
10 years, man.
Now let's talk about
Your
your
English is great, by the way.
Not bad. I'll tell you what, I made sure, and it's weird, like when I come to the States, I feel I got more British.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I ain't fucking,
Yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
losing this. I ain't losing this, bro. You know, I've lost a few words, for example, like on the car, like we say bonnet and boot.
Yeah.
Like the boot is the back. Obviously, you call it a trunk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and the hood. You know, I say gas. I still say go to the petrol station.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
but there's, it's little
Yeah,
things.
petrol,
bro.
yeah, you
petrol
said.
station. Yeah, it's just little things.
So let's talk about your training routine, man, because I think sometimes and I've been guilty of this too. I'll be like, oh, I want to be a doctor, or I want to do this, and you go after it and you go, this sucks. This is terrible to get there. So let's talk about your training and routine, because dude, when you were talking to me yesterday, you were talking about running, and running sucks.
Shit's
I don't
for
care
the
who you are. running all the time.
We all hate it.
Yeah.
What's your training regime like, man? You're like a normal day routine.
Well, a normal, again, depending if I'm in camp or not in camp.
Right.
If I'm not in camp, a little bit more lazy. It's not too I'm not banging 20 miles a week. I'm not running fucking every other day. I have been a little bit lazy when you're at camp. When you're in camp, it's like a switch on mode.
Yeah.
When I'm really training and I'm
yeah.
in my routine, we're talking I'm running at least 20 miles a week.
Yeah.
So I do anywhere from 3 to 3 to 4 like longer runs, anywhere from 3, 4, 5 miles up to like 6, 7, 8 miles.
And you do it in that Florida heat, dude. I'd be seeing you sweating, talking.
Sweating, bruv. I'll be doing video. I started to do my videos because I stop at McDonald's drive-through all the time and ask for a waters and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start recording that.
Guarantee.
I'm like, oh, can I get a
guarantee somebody's listening right now going, oh, 20? That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Oh. It's like, don't do it, bro.
But 20 miles a week, it's not crazy.
No, but when you're doing everything else, it's accumulative.
Of course, with everything else, that's extracurricular. That's 20 miles. That's without track work or other sprints, and then I'm boxing every day, pretty much.
Yeah,
so,
which is the ultimate fucking cardio,
bro.
Literally. So me waking up, normally I'm boxing between anywhere from like 9 to 11 would normally be my boxing session. So I know go train, come back, rest, relax, eat some food. I have clients and stuff, so. My routine is going to be changing a little bit because I'm actually going to be working, hopefully, out of Brawler's Box. We mentioned a gym
cool.
in Miami.
Brawler's Box is a legit gym in Miami.
Really cool gym, man. Like, honestly, big shout out to them guys. They're fucking awesome. They're onto some good things, and they're opening up a whole nother gym opposite.
That gym's like all blacked out and stuff.
Bro,
with all the graffiti.
Yeah.
murdered.
I've been seeing a lot of guys
in
in there.
It's really cool. They've got a full weight section. That's AC, and then the other side is boxing.
I'm gonna start going there.
AC, just ventilated. Really, really cool spot. So my routine might change a little bit because I'm going to be teaching stuff down there and working out there a little bit more. But again, still with the same shit. I'll either train, go home, relax, or maybe train a client or two.
Yep.
You know, that's again how I'd hustle to make my bread. You know, you know, clientele and stuff. You know, sponsors and whatnot. But so the training and train some clients, go back, rest, and then be like, I'm either going to put in some miles, or I might have sparring, or I might, you know. So it does vary on the days.
Well, you're a pro athlete, so it's just your whole day is just revolving around, and when you're locked on, it's like moving, training, and resting.
And resting.
Smart, in the smart ways.
And and in my free time, you know, I've got a PC set up. I want to start streaming, but like, you know, I play video games. And like that's my little.
Just kind of wind down, but keep
my head go a little bit.
Yeah,
but
stay out of trouble.
Fun. It's fun. You know?
My first impression when I seen you get on the bri line was I could beat this dude up. All right, and then I highlight it. No, my first impression was like you look like you have the Mike Tyson build, and I was impressed. I was like, this guy, you look powerful, bro. He's got big ass wheels on him. So it's you can see where a lot of your power is coming from and why you do some of them theatrical knockouts.
With the strength stuff, like so Phil DeRue, my strength conditioning coach, like when we've worked, it's all like explosive work, you know. So we talk about my legs, like I've always had big chunky legs anyway. I was playing rugby and whatever, like I've always had jacked legs, but I got definitely stronger in the time, you know. Like I've pulled 600 sumo. You know, I'm for a fighter, I'm fucking strong.
Dude, I think I saw the dude you're training with. He's kind of a big dude, and he's kind of like just a scientist about like the movements. I saw you doing lunges and like some sprint work, some explosive work. I saw you training with that dude. That dude knows his shit, man.
He really knows his shit, man. We got our own training program. We've done our
What's
own.
his name?
Phil DeRue.
Phil, Phil. Dude, he's got a podcast. He does some other stuff.
He does his stuff. Yeah,
that guy knows his. That guy's dialed in.
Yeah, he's a super scientist, man. Like, and so funnily, when I came to America, the first ever time at American Top Team, when I was 24. He was the conditioning coach there.
Oh no shit!
So then we chopped it up.
That's how you connected.
And then it was like yo, and we just like fucking clicked. How we fucking met, and we just like, oh, this is a vibe. I got there, met him talking that shit, and he was like, hey, well, fuck with you, you know. And then that was it. And then eventually he left ATT. I went with him. He went from that gym to another gym. I went with him. Like I've literally been with him till literally now, you know.
That's cool.
So he's a real scientist, man. He's fucking.
It's like training like pro football players.
He worked
that type of angle.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The fighters he's worked with, as well, like any fight you can think of, really, like that's been in the UFC or come from American Top Team, like he's worked with, you know. He's worked with really, really high level guys.
It is strategic. It's smart training.
It's the science
now.
of knowing.
It's not just pounding yourself.
Because he explains, he'll break movements down, like while we're doing this, you know, certain movements of rotation. It's like, well, it's just your whip. That's for oblique stuff, whatever, you know, whether it may be with the ball or with a weight or just twisting or, you know, slow thing and explosive and slow and explode. Like even warming up in the gym today, everything I was doing was just mad explosive. It's just like go, go, go. Because when you fight, it's very go, go, go. I don't do static. Well, I'm not there just doing couple bench and shut. I don't really work like that. You know? Now and then I might fucking whatever. Like hit the gym, we're gonna do some lifting, whatever. but everything I do is fast. It's all like moving weight fast. So then when I move myself extra fast. If I'm throwing, say I got a 20-pound medicine ball, when I'm like doing my full rotation and slamming the wall,
it's like kinetic.
So when you're doing it with a fist,
and when I do it with a fist, it's just like bing.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking
I think
ding ding. You know, it's like.
I think people think of like I think people think about functionality as like sometimes you got to be doing Pilates, like bent over, grabbing your ankles. No, it's like explosive. Like I walk into 7-Eleven, a guy attacks me. I want to be able to just explode off of him and touch point, or I want to be able to just get him in that python grip and go down and all out for that 2-minute iteration.
It's explosive. And it's 0 to 100, like
0 to 100, dog.
Dude, I was thinking about the old school like gypsies and bare knuckle stuff, and like I went down some rabbit holes of just like fascinated with the bare. I mean, there's been the bare knuckle. Like, I mean, obviously the gladiators and the Romans and shit, dude. They were fighting with like
bro. It's I think it's one of the oldest combat sports there's ever been, and now it's interesting how it's real and raw is because now it's still hung on.
Well,
and it's still going.
The UK has been a hub for that. I mean, they got those old school champions, that would stand and bang.
So when you're talking about the gypsies, like the pikeys over in the UK, bro, like they're about it, and they literally they are fucking about it, bro. Like
about it.
And what it is, it'd be like one campsite as an issue, like this family's got an issue with this family or whatever. So then like their son or the dad, they'll square it out.
Yeah.
One-on-one, super fair.
Yeah.
So, but bro, it's run professional. You can literally type in gypsy fights in the UK, and they're run very professional. Like you hit them, they hit the ground.
Don't want to mess with
them. They won't
dudes.
get a count, but you're not going to get on top of them, so boom them in the face. Yeah. They're like, you want to get up and whatever. No, they get up. You're good to carry on.
Take a swig of beer.
Literally, bro, and they're fucked up, fat, fucking whatever, and they're fighting
tough
literally to the death. So tough.
That's
mate.
why I see those dudes, bro. And I'm like,
tough.
So fucking tough. Those old school guys that are just, dude, they're drinking. They're not training, but they'll, smash fools.
Why?
Take punches, give them, and just be all heart.
And that's what I mean. And it'll be like squad of them, squad of these, but they'll be respected and it'll be just one-on-one, bro.
Yeah.
Like it'll be just them two.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it's like the business squashed.
Yeah.
But I've acted like a gypsy like that through my whole fucking life. Yeah. So even when like I have an altercation in the street, man, fucking amount of people I've hit and they've not like hit the floor, and I could easily stamp on your head and like.
Yeah, and you're just like, hey, let's.
And I'm bro,
respect.
I'm saying something low. What do you want to do? You want to get out? You want to carry on?
Yeah.
And they get up and like, you good? You want to keep going? All right, let's go.
He's like, nah, I'm
and
good.
then we're back into it.
And most are like, nah, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, but,
I'm good.
But then there's people that really want to fucking fight.
Well, people that make comments like when I confronted this guy in Miami, this little bully guy, and then I put my hands on him, and then he humbled himself and he walked away. That's when I completely, that's when I stop. But others were like, oh, you call that check and you should have knocked him out. That means you have no control. Yeah, you have to have extreme self-control, right?
Like, I know what I'm capable of.
Exactly.
And I have to.
So you have to rear it back.
Do you ever get? I mean, you're out kind of mixing it up every once in a while. I mean, you're focused now, but obviously you go after a fight. Or are you getting any, people coming like, hey, they're drinking too much? Like, Jake, what's up, dude? Like,
like Matt Hughes showing somebody at Vegas.
Not enough that I want to knock someone out.
Yeah.
I haven't had in a little while. Don't get me wrong, I haven't. But yeah, we call them strings. That's like, mate,
bro,
stop being a fucking string.
Why string? What is a string, bro?
A string. Literally, imagine like just a bit of
a string.
You're just being annoying. You're just being annoying. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
What an insult.
Yeah.
If I get called a string, I'm going home for 30 days, silence, no social media.
I got called a string.
Yeah, like, wow, man, Jake called me a string. I got to step up my game.
That's
you
what
you like living in Florida?
Oh, man, I fucking love it here.
Yeah.
So, honestly, like...
You have a gun yet?
Yeah,
of
course, bro.
As
soon as I got my residence, as soon as I got my green card, like years back, I was like, okay, I got myself a revolver.
Yeah.
And then I've been meaning to get more firearms. I've got some friends that got a bunch of like fully auto stuff, and I've done a bunch of shooting. But I've got a beautiful Glock 19 right now.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's stippled, like all stippled up.
We keep it simple. Like a lot of team guys in SEALs, bro, like they'll ask, like, man, you got a whole guns? I go, no, we don't have a lot of guns. We're like, dude, Shotgun, a pistol.
I want to get
rifle.
my next
And
thing
a
is
throw-
shotgun,
and a-
for the house,
Shotgun, pistol,
shotgun
rifle.
and a rifle, and then I'm
And a throwaway gun where you're just like, hey, dog, you know what I mean?
Yes,
know,
Shape Zero. If you've never done skeet shooting, bro, you'll love it.
skeet shooting.
Skeet shooting's like when they pull with the shotgun.
Oh, that is
Okay,
fun.
I've done
That
dry,
shit is
we call
fire.
it dry clay pigeon shooting.
Dry pigeon
Of course
shooting,
you
bro.
do.
Pigeon shooting's got
Bro,
some of the
I'm
best
blasting.
Of course
them.
you do.
Yeah.
I've got a decent shot, man.
Yeah.
Bro, 40
Oh, I
yards.
bet. You're an
Bruv,
athlete,
When
dude.
the last time I went shooting,
And you got good hand-eye coordination.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
weirdly. So the guy that I was actually doing my shooting with, it was like a friend of a friend. His name's Manny, fucking crazy dude, but great, honestly, such a skilled dude. So he showed me what to do, how to do this, whatever. Bro, it got to a point I had 40 yards. You know, obviously just in the shooting range, you got the paper, and he drew like another head, and a gun, as if like someone's holding hostage, bro. I've put 6 shots, 40 yards.
Oh, I bet.
Like I've really got a nice.
That's really good
Well,
distance.
you probably
man.
got,
Really,
you got
really
decent
decent.
eyesight.
40 yards.
hand-eye
Yeah, and
coordination.
he was blown away. He was like, I'm like, you shooting better.
It's
than
all encompassing. That's why people don't understand
And because I'm interested in
the
it.
importance of physicality and
Yeah.
training,
Yeah.
because it's everything. It's creativity.
Yeah. And because I'm an
Control your body.
athlete and stuff, and it's explaining, it's like I understood, and he, explaining with the thumb pressure and push on the side of the gun or da da da, and it was all little things, and he was like, bro, like you listen
understand
really
finesse
good.
too.
Yeah.
How it's not about strength on everything.
It's not.
'cause
It's
you
like,
fight.
bro. It's like nothing, especially with the shooting.
Yeah.
There's no aggression. You're not pulling the trigger. You're just pulling it. Literally, is the fucking end of the finger.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, I'm glad to see you be getting.
And I'm
that. It's a cool
understanding the
hobby.
science behind it. Oh, it's
Excellent.
really
Yeah,
good fun.
it's a cool hobby.
Fundamentals, man.
yeah.
That's why females, they you train a female at the range, these dudes will be like, hey, I got it, dog, I got it. And sorry,
Tips are great. Shooting
I
is
got
they
it.
listen and they'll apply
A
it.
female will just be like, yeah, okay, and they follow the instructions and they hit the target.
Yeah.
It's
fucking
fundamentals.
no ego.
Sweet,
It's finesse.
It's finesse. It's not an ego thing, especially when it comes to shooting. It's like I'm not gonna be like I'm humbled in that place. I know people that can shoot, and I'm like I'm no professional with this. So like anyone that wants to give me information, I'm like I'm listening, all ears. Like yeah, okay, like because I want to get better at this.
Well, you're a
Same as if I'm
champion,
gonna
bro.
educate you on how to fucking throw a punch.
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking sit and listen to me because you're gonna trust my 20 years experience.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than talking to somebody and they've reached their plateau of life. They're like, no, I don't need training, bro. I don't need advice, bro. No, I'm good, man. I'm the best at this. And it's like, bro, you've missed the whole point. Olympic athletes, champions like yourself, need coaches. They need. I need mentorship and coaching.
100%. Yeah.
Well, elite at all level have outside counsel.
At 100%.
Always. I think anybody.
Always
anybody
growing.
at any level,
Yeah.
business wise.
You never stop learning.
Physicality
No.
wise. You need some outside
No.
accountability to be like, hey, dude, there's always people at that next level. You want more money. You want more. Okay, how do we do this? How do we build a business? You want to get in real estate? Bro, why would you not want somebody who's doing it bigger and better?
Yeah.
And fucking go, hey, here's the fucking cliff notes.
Here's the fucking blueprint.
Dude, there's
blueprint. Here's how you do it, bro.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't have to look in the mirror and I'm literally like, I have to self-correct every day. I go, dang, I shouldn't have said that. Dang, where did that emotion come from? Where did that?
Oh, that's a good point,
Why?
Jimmy.
You know what I'm saying?
really good
Sometimes I'll lay up at night and be like, damn, you got to square your shit away.
How's that work with you, Jake? Like, I'm sure you've had. You're a guy that likes to mix it up, and I'm sure you've had. Like we all have, bro. I was addicted to fentanyl. I was suicidal at one point after getting kicked out of the SEAL teams. Been to jail more times than I want to admit.
Word up, homie.
So it's like, and I say all that just so that's because authenticity fucking matters.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it is.
I know
Own that
you've probably had your moments. You don't have to say all the shit, but how do you course correct, or like what are some moments in your life where you've had to kind of course correct, and like what were they, and what do you bring with you now that you find works?
I feel like, like anyone has their ups and downs, I've had my highs from fighting, like as a professional, and then I've had my lows, and then you fall into a slump. Maybe you're drinking a bit too much. Maybe I start smoking a bit too much weed.
Yeah.
And whatever, and then you're like,
Slump
and
is
then
a good
and you slump it out, and then it's like I feel like a fucking bum. Literally.
A real
I'm like,
bum, yeah.
And then I have them reality checks, bruv. The amount of times I stood in front of the mirror, actually not even that fucking long ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, about 10 days ago, I literally stood in front of my mirror for about 30 minutes, give or take. I'd had no shirt on. I was just looking at my tattoos and that, and I was like, really looking at me and like what I've become and like who I am. I was emotional as fuck. I was crying and everything, and it was like,
dang.
Yeah, it's just like fuck, like because I look at my tattoos and everything. It's like everyone's tail's got a fucking, they got a bit of meat, they got a story.
Yeah,
behind it, you know?
it's a
and it's
story,
like,
man.
I don't look like this just because I want to look like this.
Yeah.
It's like, I look like this because, you know, I'm made in a different fucking way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm cut from a different bit of cloth, and everyone's got their experiences and their lows and what they've seen and experienced. But it's like, yeah, I had that reality check. And sometimes, you know, we go through them, and again, it's just picking yourself up and being like, you know, I'm blessed where I'm at in life. I got fit and healthy parents. I got a roof over my head. I'm living a life that many other people would die.
That's right.
And I do, and I think about that, and I think about people that are, and I do. I think about the other people that would love to be in my shoes, and like, why the fuck am I taking this for advantage? Taking this for granted.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good point, gratitude.
You know, it is. And it's like seeing the bigger picture, you know, like I think about, you know, I want to create a family, and I want to have kids. I want to have my own house, and I want to own all this shit. And it's like a lot of things I don't have and haven't got yet. And yeah, when you have these low moments, it's just like, pulling yourself out of it. Like sometimes it can be difficult.
Yeah.
And biggest thing that gets me back on track is like, fuck this, and then working on my body.
Yeah.
You know, getting back in the gym.
That's the first step.
First step, mate. It's
So
just
what does
like,
that process look like for you?
Process would be like, fuck, let's put my running shoes on.
Yeah.
You know, let's go do something I don't want to do, because I don't want to go run miles.
Right.
I'm going to go run these fucking miles.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll do something very uncomfortable, but knowing that it's going to pay off. And it will pay off literally in the next hour when I finish. Yeah. Because I'm like, fuck, I'm so glad I've done that. I just sweated off all these pounds. I've got my heart going, I've got my blood going. I'm being healthy right now. I'm using health to help get me straight.
Yeah, the momentum.
Yeah.
There's a certain part of the suck, right? By yourself. It's all about being alone at times. Not even being with a gym buddy. Just
100%.
grinding it out.
And I have a lot of time on my own, you know, a lot of time. It's, you know, especially as a fighter, it's a lot of self-work. Bro.
Yeah, that's a good point, because we had mentioned on it before, Jake. People see you, and they'll see the lights. They'll see you traveling around on fucking tours with rock stars and all this shit. And like, there's always a piece that's glamorous, but there's so much work by yourself, and it's lonely. Standing in front of the mirror, most of it, 99%.
That's why he's standing in the lights, is because of that 90%.
Because of the 90% of alone time that I've had to push myself, tell myself, don't eat that, don't smoke that, don't be drinking that. Yeah. Go do this. The discipline is everything. Right?
Yeah, the honest self-audit is where it starts.
It is, and it is. It's the 100%. And it's like, I tell myself, for example, I didn't want to get up today at 6. I set my alarm for 6:10.
We had Jake. We had Jake on an early call today. We were gonna go to the gym and shit.
Yeah, and like I weren't about it. Yeah. But I was like, nah. I said last night I was gonna do it, and I woke up this morning, snoozed my alarm, snoozed it. And then I was like to my girl, she was landing. I was like, I'm gonna get up now. All right, let's go. And I got up and I came, and I'm so happy that I stuck with what the fuck I said I was gonna do.
Yeah, that's right.
And it is the thing. It's like I say shit, or I say I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, and then I don't do it, and it's like, again, it's like making myself feel like I have to. And it's I have to feel accountable. For that. That's my actions, you know.
It's chipping away at our self-worth when we do that.
Yeah, and it really does. Yeah. And then you do it again, and you let it slip, and I'm like, I let myself get away with murder right now. Like, why am I fucking doing this shit? And like, you know, it's like it's fucking 4:00 in the afternoon, and I'm like, I just want to fucking smoke a bowl and like and just be lazy.
Yeah. That's like, something. What is that? This is something we hit on the train, is how there's a lot of guys out there, including myself, that sometimes, every once in a while, hope my girl doesn't watch this show. She's Russian, right? Yeah. And you know, that say, man, I'd be better off single. But then you mentioned yesterday, like, yo, G, homie, what's up when you're single? Think about how you are. And I'm like, dude, I'm a mess.
Bro, like I'm up on this stage, dude, can get into some fucking trouble.
100%. And I feel like it's, for me, just having a girlfriend and having a responsibility of being loyal, committed, you know, focused on something is super important. For me, that helps build structure. Yeah. If I'm single, I haven't got a missus, I haven't got anyone to worry about, I can go speak to them, do whatever I want.
Yeah. Float around.
You know, it works for some people, But for me, I like to be in a committed relationship and again, I love loving and caring, and I love being fucking super soft and soppy, mate. Yeah. Like, I love it. Like, real talk, I love being so delicate and shit, knowing I could go fucking kill someone if I had to go.
It's a scary individual, man.
Back and forth, bro.
What did Dyson say, or I forget what they said on his podcast one time? He's like,
he said,
"Do you know how
you
much
till you
violence
love me."
it took to become this gentle?"
And I tell you
what did he say?
And
how much violence it took to become this gentle.
That's right.
And I tell you what, as soon as I did hear that, that little quote, mate, it was like, it's so true, man.
Dude, everybody up on the stage, bro. Like, I had a little baby girl recently, dude, it's 8 months old. I never thought I had. Bro, I had my first kid at 39, man. Right, so crazy. It's like that. I get the chills because it was like such an incredible experience to be, and you're gonna love this stuff when it comes, bro. It's like the love and just like protection and just it's something. It
gives
crazy.
You a fucking different responsibility.
And having my girl engaged now, when Jimmy had mentioned he talked to you about being in a relationship, it's so true. It builds a structure around all the things that are positive. Yeah. It's like in the Bible, not the thump a Bible, but it's a man who finds a wife finds favor with the Lord.
That's right.
I'm not like crazy Bible thumper, but I'm fascinated with there's so much good knowledge in there in that capacity.
There's a lot of good
from tied in, bro. It's like,
bro,
you can pour into the positive things because really. Chicks or whatever in different capacities, it's pleasure seeking, and when a man doesn't have true purpose, he distracts himself with pleasure. And when I've pleasure sought, dude, I pleasure sought right into the fucking ground.
Bro, my pleasure sinking
all the time.
My pleasure sinking is like the Hard Rock Penthouse to Motel 6 3-day binger. It's so bad. It's so far out there, so dark and grimy and nasty that I push it so far away from me through training, through pain, through my child looking at me, that responsibility. Man, I mean, you said a lot about emotions, and it's scary to think that, and humbling to think, and you got to be careful because I always said, like, where all those emotions come, like that quote you said from Tyson. But anyways, I dropped my kid off the other day in Miami at the daycare, bawled like a baby. And I was like, where did that come from? Because you have such a connection with these little kids. And I can tell you're like a loving guy,
How did you, so you and your girl now, man, I mean, how'd y'all meet? And
well, it's like, so we've been almost together a year now. So originally,
we met her today. Awesome. She came to the gym with us, man.
Super cool, bro.
Super cool, girl, man. Like, she's good. We originally we done like a boot camp with me, Phil DeRue, and Timberland, the producer. So I trained with Tim. So like Tim was there. It was like
no big deal.
Timbo, no big deal.
No big deal.
Timbo, that King Brev. Shout out to Tim.
No big deal, though.
Yeah, we had done this boot camp. She rocked up. And she was in like a one piece, like leg and knee, like, bruv, like, and I was like, sheesh. I was
like the fa-fa.
I'm not going to entertain that. I don't, I'm looking at her thinking that she looked so good. And I was like, she's probably like an OnlyFans girl. Or she's just like one of these basic bitches. I don't know. But she looked a 10 out of 10 there. And then I was like, yo, she had like no makeup on. She's beautiful. We chopped it up, spoke a little bit, nothing of it. I didn't even entertain the situation. And then a month or so later, I'm at a bare knuckle event, and she was there working for, I think it was like Knuckle Hub or Bare Knuckle Hub or something, like like doing interviews. And she was like, and I rocked up. I had a hat on over my dungarees, no shirt. How I'm rolling out all the time, bro. And then she see me, she was like, oh my God. And I remember seeing her, and we both like, I was like, yo. And then like we sort of kicked it off a little bit. It was so smiley and happy, and I was like, yo, this bird's amazing. Anyway, we chopped it up, done the interview. That was that. A bit more time had gone by. Then I'd seen her in the gym a few times at that Brawlers box. And then I found out she sort of had the hots for me and da-da-da. And then I spoke to one of the ladies at the thing, because it was around October. And I spoke to one of the girls at the spot, and I was like, it's fucking Scorpio season, innit? It's coming up my birthday, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I think Manuela's a Scorpio. I was like, what?
You're like, oh, shit.
I was like, what's up? When's her birthday? October 28th. It's my birthday. I was like, bro.
So that's synergy, signs.
Bro, and that same, so that was that. I've DM'd her, and I was like, October 28th? She was like, yeah, the best day in the world. And I was like, no way, me too. And she was like, oh my God, no way, you're a Scorpio. She was like, my dad's a Scorpio also. I was like, yeah, me too. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, whatever, her mum's a Pisces. I was like, yeah, me too.
Whoa, that's weird.
Right? And I'm not massive into the star sign situation.
It's weird.
But it was for me, the lineup, same birthday and everything. Both had dads are Scorpios, both had mums are Pisces. And I've got the Scorpio Pisces on my face here. So it's like her family and my family is like on my face.
Yeah.
So whatever. And obviously 2810, obviously her birthday, whatever.
I'm a rooster, dog.
I was like, yo, what is that? You're a rooster.
Yeah.
You're just a fucking chicken.
A chicken.
I'll sting you with my sting, bro.
Oh, man, I should have said peacock. All right.
Yeah, you should have said that. But yeah, so then, that was it, bro.
So a lot of coincidences, a lot of
there's a lot of
ways.
things like that. Enough for us to be like, yo, what is this? Like, let's see what's up.
So how's life doing now, bro?
Life's good, man. It's been almost a year. You know, everything's flowing well, especially obviously with the missus. You know, her family love me. You know, I'm the only one that's covered in tattoos. She got no tattoos.
Yeah. It's such
her
a
parents
difference.
have no tattoos, and it's like, I don't want to
picking up
get
Spanish?
judged. I'm, you know,
Más o menos?
is all you're gonna get. Right, I'm not good with.
How is the English accent with the Spanish?
Funny, dog.
They roll their tongues, and I can't roll my tongue.
Okay.
So like, like certain things like I can't go there.
Rojo.
I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
And
Bro,
I'm
we're
very
gonna have to get a
blunt.
translation piece up in this video, dog.
100%. Yeah, I got a little bit of Spanish. Salmon con lemon y arroz, por favor, gracias. I asked for salmon and rice with some lemon.
There you go.
TCAS, speak some
Come on,
French,
son.
dog. I always like to hear TCAS French. Come
Oh,
on.
we got some French.
Dans la Légion étrangère, français est l'obligatoire. My French has a super hard R because we can't do it because I'm from California.
Shit,
So it
dog.
sounds like dog shit.
It's
So
weird,
anytime
isn't
I
it?
speak French, it sounds, my accent
Yeah,
is fucking
it's
terrible.
weird.
They tell me to shut the fuck up. Dude.
Oh, I bet.
They're
dude,
like,
I can imagine.
arrête là-bas. Stop speaking over there.
Oh, is that what it is?
Dude, I speak riff-raff, homie.
Yeah, dude. So, dude, what are you doing next, bro?
Okay,
What's on the
agenda?
deck?
So I'm hopefully finding out
Go.
hopefully this week actually. Excuse me. I was just recently in Dubai with Eddie Hall, working. I was actually doing the commentating with my pups in Dubai on these shows, slap fighting championships. They originally wanted me to compete on it, and I was going to, but it was around the same fight, around the same.
Bro,
sort of
you'll
time
slap
as my
the
fight.
shit out of somebody.
Right.
I don't know,
Bro,
Dude,
tell us
somebody's
tell
head
us
off
the
their
two
shoulders.
tell us the two different slap things. The one where you
Right, so you got power slap, which is Dana White's,
Yeah.
and then you got slap fighting championships. With power slap, you hold
bro.
you hold the bar behind your back. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's that, and you get the slap.
No, bro. That's
With your feet down, you can't pivot.
Yeah.
You can't pivot your feet.
Yeah.
You can't twist. Yeah. You can kind of sort of lift up a little bit, but like it's very minimal.
Yeah.
With slap fighting championships, you can hold yourself in the front.
I like that. I like
way
that.
better, bro.
And they can rotate.
You can
I like
be way
that.
stronger, and you can rotate your feet.
Oh, fuck.
So I can give you
Oh,
a
nice.
full right hook, literally open hand, and like pivot and twist my hip.
you'll
and
fucking
give
break somebody's
brother,
fucking
I'm
jaw.
telling
Bro,
you,
aren't we
so
talking
hopefully October 18 or 19, they got the world's biggest expo out in Dubai. And I'm hopefully going to be competing on that.
So
fingers crossed I get that
I would not
shot.
want to be on the receiving
Word.
end of
what's
that,
what's
dude.
in it? What's in it? Like, I get it. It's painful, but what is there big money in power slapping?
It's not even that. It's bruv. It's like.
Is it more
this
like
is where-
endorsements?
This
Just-
is where I'm into combat and where I
Right.
enjoy anything to do with combat.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like it's another form of
Brutal.
how tough you are. How brutal is the situation? How good am I taking a slap? Can I knock this dude out? I want to highlight real KO.
Bro, I don't think most of those dudes are fighters that I've seen. They're like lifters.
You get a lot of
and some-
lifters there. You know, I feel like there's some MMA guys, some bare knuckle guys that have gone over to it. But again, it's all about the technique, man.
How do you like Dubai?
Fucking hot.
I mean,
Pardon my French all the time, bro, but yeah, well hot. It is
Dubai's
really cool
hot,
place.
dog.
But you were there in the fucking summer, too.
It was like 115 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
It was like it was
It's
just
hot.
so hot, you know.
Dubai's hot.
But honestly, I had a really good time over there, man. Yeah, it was crazy. It was really definitely an eye opener to seeing what else is out in the world. You know,
Yeah.
I've never been to somewhere like that.
So where's the future of Jay going with? I see you as a freaking a champion in bare knuckle in
I hear you.
BKFC.
So hopefully I'm fighting in December.
Okay.
Back at bare knuckle. I'm just again waiting on confirmation and an opponent, etc. And obviously once I actually sign a contract, because you know working with certain companies it takes a little time, and I feel like bare knuckle ain't haven't been the easiest people to fucking work with. I'm not here to talk shit, but like they've not been the easiest people to work with. So it's always like I'm pressing, like, yo, can I get a fight? Can I?
Yeah.
After my last fight, I'm not the dude out. I had no injuries. TKO, it wasn't okay, but TKO. I had no injuries. I literally called him like a few days later, big bare knuckle, and be like, can I get a fight, please? Because like I didn't really have a fight.
Yeah.
Because again, I went into that fight expecting a punch up, getting hit. Feel some blood, feel some pain, get knocked down, battle, get up, you know, find that determination. And I just like bing, bing. And I was like, it was a bit, not a downer, but it was like,
you're just ready for the next one.
Wanted a fight.
Yeah, and you're ready for the next one.
Really wanted a fight.
Right.
So I was trying to get on the Yoel Romero card, which is in September, which is this month actually. But whatever, it was still full. It was full and whatever. So they're telling me December. So it's looking like December. After that win, obviously I had 2 years out. After that win, it's now put me back in the map.
Yeah.
I'm an active fighter now. You can't say I ain't. I just stopped someone in the first round. Like people would know if you're talking about it. I probably got one more fight, maybe two. I get dubs, I get wins. I'll definitely be fighting for the belt.
Hell yeah.
I want to go real quick because I think this will make a great sizzle reel too. Okay, can you walk us through the eyes of Jake? Like you know, put our viewers in Jake's mind right now, looking through your eyes, looking at your opponent as the guy is saying, knuckle up. And what do they say? Knuckle up.
They say
and that's
knuckle
when
up,
it's when it's go time.
Knuckle up, and I can jump off that because they pull us into the center. So originally with the last opponent, as an example, talking about it, my plan was to get on the line, and then from there rush him. Like I wanted to explode on him.
So you're going in.
Like they say knuckle
I like that.
up. Like one of my boys, Ulysses, Uli Diaz. He had a 3-second KO. I think it was like 3 seconds or 3-second KO from the literally go knuckle up, bang, hit him, knocked him out, done.
Yeah. Oh my!
So in my
God.
head, I was like, I want to press this dude because I knew he was going to be defensive and be on the back foot.
Like I'm just gonna.
And then I stepped up to get into his face. I'm looking at the floor, I stand on the line, and he's standing like a foot away from it. He knew to give me space.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he went bing, he sort of backed a little bit. I was like, okay. I was expecting him to be. I was expecting him to be a defensive fighter and be on the back foot, and I'd have to rush him, and then he would step into me, and it really kind of threw me off. But yeah, look, when I first got there and I'm looking up to him, I'm like, I don't put so much pressure on myself and think too much into like looking into I'm going to do. I'm just like doing what I just done in the gym, what I just warmed up in the changing room. Just do that. It's another day sparring.
Yeah.
Make it no big deal. And I make it no big deal in my head.
That's good.
You know,
That's
because
cool.
then I'm relieving that pressure. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I'm looking to you, I'm going to fucking, he's coming for you. And then he hits me and then knocks me down and I'm all like, yo, what the fuck's going on? It's like I'm in there like ready to take it, give it, loose as hell, super calm. And it's really weird. Like, again, you talking about this. It was like, this is the first fight that I've watched myself. It was the first time I'd had a shaved head fighting as well with the tattoos and that. So watching the fight and seeing and thinking how I was backstage, walking out and then watching the footage of me like in the ring, them announcing me and everything. I watched myself and watching it and I'm like, I look like a veteran, man.
Yeah.
Well,
you are.
I really am.
20 years of this,
but
bro.
it just
55.
It just clicked. But it just hit me.
Yeah.
Like it literally just the second I watched it.
Damn,
it was the same evening I sat there. I was watching it. I got back late, whatever. Put it on the TV, and I'm like, damn. I was like, I look like I'm just standing there walking. I'm like, I look like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, like you've been there
It
before.
was really weird.
That's powerful, man.
Honestly, bro. And like I watch it and then I think about my nerves backstage and I think about everyone else's nerves and I can see everyone's energy. Like I'm all about energy, bro.
Yeah.
And I can see someone like, he's nervous as fuck. You see the energy he's coming off of him. It's just like, no. And I was like laughing, joking, cracking jokes, whatever, like chilling, smiling, sip my water. I'm chilling, a little wipe down with a towel. Like I was so, like I was meant to be there. Yeah. Like I know what I'm doing. I was like, I know what I'm doing now. Like, I'm here, I know what I'm doing. You know, 20 years of it, you know? And it's weird. It was like this time though, it was like, man, it was like watching, I'm like, I feel like I'm hitting that point in my life.
I think that's a super powerful message.
Yeah.
I think that's a powerful message for the audience, man, for guys that are grinding out right now that aren't seeing any progress.
Yeah.
And then one day it's like you just step into this. I know TK, you see this in you, especially. It's like that arrow in the bow. You know, you get stretched so far, finally the archer lets it go and you get launched to the moon, but 100%. You can't break under that tension.
Yeah, 100%. And that's really what it was. It was like I really feel I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm way better at controlling my nerves and not feeling mad, anxious, and like heads all over the place. Like I was like, another day. You know?
Yeah.
Like literally, honestly, bro, I can't. So chilling, like so chilling, and to watch myself do that made me then feel like I feel really good, and even now, and I'm like, I can't wait for the next one. Now, like, I feel like I'm definitely hitting a maturity peak.
That flow state.
Because the big thing, like we was talking about, I'm physically capable of anything, and I have been my entire life, but my mental state never.
Yeah.
100% fight after fight after fight, trying to figure out where the mental block is, and I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And it is just like, I feel like it's a maturity thing.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
haven't
And
even
just
hit your prime yet.
Bro. You know?
That's
and
crazy to
and
me.
I'm just
Not that you haven't been crushing it, but you haven't even hit your prime yet.
And you got to think, and I'm like over 50 fights in my career.
Yeah.
And now I'm at a point where I'm like covered in tattoos. I got this image about me. I got this
energy and aura.
energy and aura that I bring now. Right. And now I feel like now I'm ready to like start knocking people out.
This is your time, brother.
Yeah.
I see it all over you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, it's been cool, man, getting connected and the power of just social. It's surreal sitting here with you because I had mentioned to Jake I was in a Foreign Legion fucking hospital, man, a couple years ago.
That's great.
And, making $1,500 a month sitting in a barracks room, thinking, where's my life going? And I kicked on my social media, and you were like one of the first few people I started following. I saw you on a fight and this and that. I liked your energy. And so it's surreal sitting here with you, dude.
No,
so I appreciate your time.
appreciate you.
And how do people get a hold of you, man? Like, what if people want to collab or train or fucking get you to their gyms or
how do they
sponsor?
get
How does that
private sessions with you?
how do they connect with you?
So obviously my main socials that I do use is Instagram. It really is my biggest platform, and the only thing I fucking hate social media.
Yeah.
I dislike it, but I do my best to really make my effort. So I'm making more of an effort with my YouTube and everything. But yeah, obviously Jake Brutal Bostwick. Brutal Bostwick obviously is my IG handle. Drop me a DM and so forth there. As of right now, I don't have an agent. I don't have like a manager or whatever. I'm a complete free agent. I'm not even contracted to an organization. So it's like anyone wants to throw some offers and you like what you see and like reach out. Same with sponsors, things like that. Obviously you hit my DMs. That's my main thing. I'll hope to get an email and probably someone start managing some stuff for me. I've just not really been in that situation. So, but yeah, my socials, obviously, Brutal Bostwick. Now I'm going to be training down at Brawler's Box. Probably coming within this week and next week. I'm going to probably be working and being down there more full time.
Sick.
So I'm going to be out of Miami. I'll be location Brawler's Box. So people want to come through, join classes, private one-to-ones, whatever. Everyone reach out, man.
Badass, man.
Yeah,
Brutal Jake, it's been freaking a huge honor to meet you. I've learned a ton from you just in this very short time of meeting. I know TCAV has too, man. We just appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you guys
this show, big dog.
Yes, for real, dude.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. You boys have been fucking amazing.
No, dude, we'd have some solid connectivity, man. I'm looking forward to kind of
I look forward to
branch out the network and everybody out there watching, man. It's about building networks with good people. Don't be a fucking asshole and don't do weird shit.
Yeah, literally, that's it.
And then you're going to be all right.
Just be real, be raw.
And stop being fat.
So, yeah, dude, I appreciate y'all. Catch you next time, man.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, bro. Ready to show force?